Note folder is exists with everyone. Right? Okay. So what we will do is first we will understand how we can create the file in Node, how it works, how to run, how to compile, and many more things. Okay. A small file will create some example, and after that we'll keep understanding from one side. We'll keep understanding from one side. Okay. Open CMD in Node folder. In Node folder, open the CMD. In Node folder, in a Node, my Node folder. In my Node folder, open the CMD. Open CMD in my Node folder. After opening the CMD under the my Node folder, you will write here code space dot enter. Code space enter. VS Code will open. VS Code got open. Next, after that, you will create a file. Page1.js. 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 Node1 folder है ना पहले से. Node1 folder. Node my node. Open CMD in that. Node.js. CMD. Code space dot. Code space dot. Okay, then no problem. Look at the VS Code and that load as well. Open it and create a file. File name is page1.js. Page1.js. Page1.js is ready. Now Node.js, how it is going to work? Node.js is going to work between client and database. This way. Let me guide you through the photo. Suppose this is your React. This is your React. And this is your database as a MySQL. Okay. Database as a MySQL. Next, React is holding the data that is given by user. React is holding the data that is given by user and it has to go to here. Where? MySQL. It should go to where? Database. React is taking the data from user and that data has to go to where? MySQL. So React has no any such feature to communicate with the database directly. Then inside the React fetch function, you know, right? Other XCOs, you know, other function you are already aware of, how to fetch the data from the backend and how to post the data to JSON server. Okay. Next, what is going to happen? In between, one more party is going to come. That is called this one. One more party is going to come in between. That is called this one. Node.js. This is going to come as a Node.js. Okay. Now inside Node.js, there will be assume like something. Okay, there will be like something. What is this something? This something will have some kind of different structure here. Let me see those kind of steps are available or not. Okay, so it's kind of a instead of this circle, I'll do something else here. Instead of this circle, I will keep this star here. Okay, a star is here. This star. This star is nothing but you can say something. Okay, so this becomes a Node.js. Now user will be opening this block. I have to erase, I guess. This block I have to erase, maybe. Hold on, I'll erase it. Okay. Now suppose one React is here, one more React is here, one more React is here, one more React is here. These all are the React application. Let me write here React 1, React application 1, This is the React application 2. This is React application 3. And this is called React application as a 4. Now using React, what we will develop? Front end or back end? Front end. Using React, we can develop the front end. Now suppose 4 user has opened your website. 4 user has opened the website. So how many browser will be there? 4 browser. If the 4 user will open the website, then how many browser? 4 browser. Then how many front end? 4 as a front end. And node is how many here? Only one. Assume like inside the node, this star is, it's kind of a processing kind of a circle. This circle is keep moving always. Okay, keep moving always. Now user 1 came, and user 1 given some task. That task got hold here. Okay. User 2 came, user 2 also given them task. That's got hold here. User 3 came, given some task, got hold here. Right? User 4 has come, he has given some task, and that task was get held here. So how many tasks at a time it is able to handle? Multiple or single? Multiple. Now suppose user number 4 is gone. Maybe user number 1 more will come. Let me keep here 1 more user. User number maybe 9 will come. User number, some other user may come. Assume like user number 8 will come. Right? User number 8 has given his a task that will be captured by whom? Maybe the same, or maybe it will capture by this guy. So at a time, how many tasks is happening? Multiple tasks. None of the user are going to wait here. As soon as you send the request, your request will be accepted. Immediately, it will not say please waiting. Please wait processing. Okay. As soon as your request will go, what will happen? Request will be taken care by node and it will start doing the process. Because the node is designed in such a way, like it has not any kind of threading system. It will be like when one request will come, one processor will capture the request. When 2 requests will come, suddenly one processor will become 2 processor. It will say give both. Suppose 10 requests will come, one will divide into 10 and it will say give all, right? So no one has to wait. Okay, that is the concept is where under the node. If it is a PHP environment, PHP will take at a time user number 8 input, or maybe PHP will take at a time user number 4 input. User number 4 input it will take and give to the backend. After giving to the database, processing will happen. Data will come. It will return to the user number 4, and after that, user number 3 will come in the queue. User number 3 will come for the processing. User number 3 input will go, processing will happen, communicate with the database. Output will go to user number 4. By then, 1, 2, and 8 will be waiting. Once 2 will be finished, then 3rd will go under the processing. 1 will go under the processing. Once 1 will get finished, then user number 8 will come under the processing. Like here under the PHP, what we have? Waiting system we have. But here there is no waiting at all. As soon as your input will come, node is ready to take. Okay. Next, after taking this input, what will happen? Node will communicate to this person. Which person? Node will communicate to the database. Okay. And in data, so here, how it is going to communicate? Through MySQL you follow, through this one, call it a SQL. Through SQL, it will be passing the data to database, and through SQL only it will be keep getting the data from SQL. And after getting the data, this data will be returned back to the respective of the user. Okay. So node is going to work not in the front and not in the back, where in between, like a server side processing language. It is going to process your data in the backend only, but it will not communicate directly with the user. Few example, basic understanding you can get to know, but node is not to create a website directly. Using the node is especially designed for the network call. Network call. Network call in the sense what? API call. Okay. Node is designed especially for network call. Whenever we need to communicate with the third party backend and all, then in between we apply the node. Saying like node will not be slow, it is always active. How many requests will come at a time? It is able to handle all the requests, and all the requests will be wrapped up to the where backend, and processing will happen and data will come out. Okay. So we have done the first portion, React you have seen. You have done the last portion. Now what is the pending? Middle part is pending. So first we'll get some concept of the middle node, how to create file, how to run it, how to compile and all. Once we get the idea, then we'll set up the React project, and then React will be in the front, data will be handled by node, and storage will happen under the MySQL. Okay. So go ahead, create 1.js file, some basic example we'll create, and we'll see one by one. Okay. So first, every time whenever we create a React application, a node application, because it is for the network call, it is for the communication between the client and server. So in that case, you must have to import a module every time. That module name is called HTTP module. Okay, so let's create a variable. HTTP equal to require. Require meaning include. Require is nothing but just like a link, like a import. You are importing a module. Okay, what is the module name? Module name is called HTTP. Module name is called HTTP module. Okay, so hope we imported HTTP module. Require HTTP module. After calling the HTTP module, what we have to do with the help of HTTP module, under the HTTP module, there is a function called create server. Okay. Under the HTTP module, there is a function called create server. So you will write here HTTP dot create. HTTP dot create server, and inside the server function you have to call as a callback function, and this function will have two parameter. One will be called a request that will be coming from the user, another will be called a response that will be sent to user. Request and response. Request and response. Okay. Next, after that, this page should run on which port number? That port number we have to mention here, saying like http.create server. You are creating a server where it is going to capture the request and it is going to send the response. Okay, so http.create server dot listen, listen. Port number we have to specify on which port number this particular file is going to run. Any port number you can write 1, 2, 3, 4. Port number, any digit is okay. Write it first. Listen. Listen. Okay, hope written. So this server will work on which port number? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like after compiling, it will work on localhost colon 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this file will give you the output. Now come under this file and you have to give some response to user. Whoever is going to run this page, you have to give some response. So how to give the response? Okay. We have variable we have created here. First parameter is called request and second one is called response. So we have to write here response dot write head WRITE write head response dot write head like you are going to inform to the client. Okay, whoever has called this file, you are going to inform to the client, I have received your request. For that, acknowledgement number is how much? 200. Okay, next, I am going to send you some content, you be ready. Okay, and then you will write under the flower bracket what type of content is going to pass. So that is called content hyphen type. What type you are going to send, that also you have to inform to the browser. So suppose it will be say text slash HTML. So if you remember the Ajax, in Ajax we have discussed something called status 200. Status 200. Okay, what is that status 200? Let me show you. I gone here 12 p.m. Today I have taken some Ajax class for some people. I have a file ajax.js file. Let me open and show you. Can you see here? There is a function called get home. Get home function, what is do? It's checking like this dot ready state equal to 4. It is checking the request is sent or not. If the request is sent to the server, then server has received the request or not. Okay, so server has received the request and server has processed the request. For that, acknowledgement number is 200. It is fixed value. We cannot change that. Okay, acknowledgement number is how much? 200. 200 represent a success. 200 represent a success. Okay. Say like this dot status equal to 200. This dot status equal to 200. That meaning server has received the request and after that server has processed the data. Data may come at any time. Request is sent and request is received and processed also. Now data is coming. Before data should reach to the destination, one response number has come saying like client you be ready, your data is processed and it is on the way. Anytime it can reach and that is called which one? As a 200. So we also written here what we wrote? Content type what? Text and HTML. And acknowledgement number, what is the response code? 200. Means client be ready, your response is coming. Next, after that, we have to write some statement. What response you want to send to the user. So response dot send or end, we have a function. Response dot end, that is called a end of the line. After this, there is no any response. Then inside we can write here some text, any text. Save this file, then we will run in the browser and we'll see, or instead of that, you can open one Open one H1 tag here and close the H1 tag here. Save it. I will guide you how to run this. Text flash. Single. Double quote is also fine. It's like an object. It is a object. Can be single quote, double quote, both is fine. Okay, written. Now let's run this file and see how it is going to work. Okay. You will go to the CMD and hope your CMD is pointing to the current folder. In that you will write node space. What is the file name? Page 1 .js, enter. Node space page 1.js. It will not print you anything here. See, if you write node space page 1, it will not print anything here. Huh? Reference error. File name. So hope we run that. Go to the browser, localhost :1234. Go to the browser and type localhost :1234. After running this, if there is no any error, means the server is started. If error, then you have the error. Localhost :1234. This will print there. That should be under the Node.js folder. Okay. Whatever it is. node. So require REQ, RE. What else? Node is this. Page one. Page one. Dot REQ. Okay, so hope working. Yes, working for everyone. See now in this. What you read, you have created a small function. Inside the function, which function we call? Create server. Using the create server, we created a server where request will come and response will also go. Okay, in response, we are writing response.write head 200 and then content type. We wrote here what type of content you are going to send as a response. Okay, this is what content type in the sense response type. What data you are going to send to the client, you have to inform, else the client will get confused. Okay, so we send here what type of data? Text and HTML. After that, below we wrote H1 open close. Under that, we follow something. Now, after that, end meaning is what? End meaning end of the script. After this, if you write any line, it will not work. After this, after end, if you write anything, means it will not work because it's saying like response is end, means the functionality is finished and file is closed. Okay. Now come down. Right here, response dot write, res dot write, response dot write, h1 welcome Node.js. Welcome Node.js. Write one more line. Welcome Node.js. Write one more line. Welcome Node.js. It is working well. Something you can modify in both the places. Ready? Modification is done. Save the file, refresh the browser. Anything change or not? Changing? Not changing? Because not changing. Why? Because server was already started. After that, you have done modification. You have to stop the server and start again. Like you have to compile again, then only it will reflect in the browser. That is the problem. No, listen. I have modified the second line also. I have added this line. I have modified this line. What was the purpose to modify the line? Beginning also it was working. There also was the text. Now also is the text only. But the purpose of modification is only one, that to understand when we have written the first time code and run that page was working. Now after you modify something, after modification, if you go to the browser, it will not show you the changes because your page was already compiled, right? And you have added the code after compilation. Now to see the output again, you have to come. Okay, so let's compile it and then see. So first stop the server. How to start the server? Control C press 2 times in your CMD. Control C you press 2 times. One time is also enough. Press Control C. Terminated. Do anything, stop that. Okay. Control C 2 times. After that again, node space page1.js, enter. Recompilation. Then you refresh your browser. You will see both the line will come. Happening after compilation. But suppose if you are creating the project, if you are developing the project, your half time will go in compilation process only. Because our habit is add one semicolon and check working or not. Add one comma and check working or not, right? Now after adding one comma, we have to compile the page. Adding the comma is 1 second work, 1 second work, and compilation is 1 minute work. Correct? So after more than 50% time will go for the compilation only. So people will not work like that. This becomes a hard work. We have to find now other solution that will help us in the smart work. Okay. You do modification. As soon as you save the file, automatically compilation will happen and browser will be reloaded. So what is the solution for that? Let's come. I'll guide you. Okay. Let's go there and first stop the compilation. Control C press 2 times. Stop the compilation. Okay. After that, run here instead of node. We have to run now node mon. Node mon we have installed one day, right? 1 minute. Hello. Please. नाम क्या है आपका? हाँ, ठीक है. Okay, so hope you have stopped the server, right? Now you are going to run that, but through different way. Right? So, no, yeah. NodeMon. Already you have installed in the beginning. NodeMon space. What is the file name? Page1.js. NodeMon. 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 It was already installed in the beginning. Check fast. Jaldi check कीजिए. When you have done the setup, that day it was installed. Run that quickly and reload your page. See your page is working or not. NodeMon. Working for everyone? Go to your page. Go to your page and add one more response.write. Add one more response.write. Keep inside by NodeMon. By NodeMon. By NodeMon. Just add one line, save the file, look into the browser. Add that, save the file, look into the browser. You will find automatically, once you reload the page, compilation not happen. What happened to them? NodeMon, where are you? Recompile, yaar. Not happen. What is the problem? Okay. Compilation was there, but it was stuck somewhere. NodeMon, yeah, working. Take this and run through the NodeMon. If it is not installed, you can run npm install NodeMon. Running. It was a part of setup. Once we have run it, once we have installed it, that day only we have done the installation. npm So which one will be the better, Node or NodeMon? NodeMon is another compiler that will keep helping you whenever you do the changes automatically. Whenever you do the changes, automatically your page will be reload. Compilation will happen and browser will be reload. Okay, go ahead. So this file is just for the understanding purpose. Okay. Now next file we are going to create where we will be using the array, we will be using the map, we will be using the, you can say, dynamic paragraph and many more. Okay. So let's create the next file, page2.js. Create the next file, give the file name called page2.js. Page2.js. This line remains same. Till here remains same. Till here remain same. Huh? Always. Okay. And this listen is also remain same. So create the, in between the content will get changed. This many lines. Okay. So let's take this file and create another file. Give the file name called page2.js. Page2.js. Okay, in page.2.js, let's remove this part and let's create an array here. Variable remaining all are JavaScript only. Remaining all JavaScript code. Create an array, use the map, console.log, or directly response.write paragraph. Okay, all are JavaScript code only. Okay, understood or not? Where suppose user I give here. Okay, See, that's what I said, like MySQL will take time, but Node.js will not take time. Node.js, you are already aware of JavaScript. Okay. So see, everything is JavaScript code only, no? Function and all. We map all the JavaScript code only. Okay. So let's write here some name called SIYARAM. Next is called Rajkumar. Next is called Mohit. Next is called Manjula. Next is called Abani. Next is called Siddharth. Next is called Somnath. This is the element of the array. So create an array is up to you. How many you want to add it. Okay. After adding, you know how to run the loop in JavaScript. Let's go ahead. User dot map. Then it will give you the name of the user as well as it will give you the index of the user. Then use the map function, arrow function, and write here response res dot write res dot write keep paragraph, and inside the paragraph write concatenation. Also we know close the paragraph, and after that you can add here call name of the user. Correct? That's all. We will run this file. It will give you the list of users, but make sure here you are sending the response to user. Correct? At last, you have to inform to the client, hi client, response end here. If you not say response end, client will keep waiting for your more data. See, loop will run here. How many times loop will run? 6, 7 times. 6, 7 times response will go to the user. It will go to the React. It will go. It will go, and after ending the loop also, it will keep waiting for some more output. Who? The client, your JavaScript. Okay. So at last you have to say finally response dot which one? End. And in that you can write in a paragraph, thanks. Any message, thanks. Right? Write it, save the file, and run through the node mode. Save it, run the file through the node mode. Okay, hope ready. Save the file and go to the CMD, stop the CMD. Nodemon page 2.js. Okay, what is this? Response.write Okay, fine. Page 2 is running. When we refresh the page, same port number. See, printing all the users. So in this case, what you did, you have asked the Node.js, we have asked the Node.js to get the data from somewhere and finally generate the output and give to whom? Browser. Okay, but with React, it will not happen like this. In React, what you have to do, now what is your URL? Your URL is localhost colon 1234. In React, Node, suppose Node is the backend and React becomes a front end. So this node is going to send this array. Okay, node is going to send response is what? Array in the form of JSON. Array will convert into JSON and this JSON will be given to whom? React. So whenever we run that particular URL, the data will come in JSON. Then React will be responsible to read the JSON, give to a state and run the map. So that map function we added directly where? Under the node. Maybe in some pages you want to display the name of user in paragraph. In some pages, maybe you want to display the list of user in division 444. Maybe in some pages you have to display list of user in the LIUL. Correct? That will be the job of the React. But from here, if you generated the paragraph and given to React, React will be helpless. React will say, you are giving directly paragraph. I cannot display in ULLI. You give me which one? Give me only array. If you give me only array, then I can run the map and I can generate the division or paragraph. So you don't do the which one? Paragraph. You give me only array. Who will say? React. Right? But that will be the next level once we get some idea. Okay. So hope you are able to do. Now come the third file we are going to create where we will not send the data in the form of paragraph. We will send the data in the form of JSON. Whenever anyone will run the URL, he will get the data in the form of JSON. Okay. So what to do? Let's copy this part. Create the next file. Page 3.js. Page 3.js. Okay. Page 3.js. In page 3.js file, you will be writing here text/JSON. Text/JSON. Okay, because we are not going to send the data in the form of HTML. We are going to send the data in the form of JSON. Ready? Calm down. The response dot write you have written, correct? Remove that. Response dot end also remove that. Okay. Now your data user is the array, but array you cannot send directly. Array you have to convert into JSON. Array has to convert into JSON. So how to convert this array into JSON? Which function? Array to JSON. Anyone remember array to JSON? Which function in JavaScript? Stringify. Yes. JSON dot stringify will help you to convert from where to where? Array to JSON. So let's go here. Create a variable JSON data equal to JSON data equal to JSON data equal to JSON dot so many function. See how many function? JSON dot stringify. Stringify. Inside that you will pass this user array. Inside that you will pass the user array. Right? After keeping the user array, JSON dot stringify okay, hope ready. JSON dot stringify. Now you got the data in the which format? JSON format. So you have to write here response dot write. Response dot write. Inside we will send call JSON data. Response dot write is JSON data. After that we have to do response dot end. Then only the hope ready. Come now to the CMD again. Stop the server and again start for the 3. And let's check in the browser what is going to show. Yes, it will return like a JSON. Single dimensional, it's a JSON. In single dimension, you cannot identify the array or JSON. Okay. In single dimensional array, how to identify the array or JSON? You can't identify. Okay. But the backend is sending the data. Look at here. What we have asked him to send as a JSON. And here what we did? Array you converted into JSON. Right? Array we converted into JSON. And that JSON is stored here. And we are sending which one? As a JSON only. So if we will take this URL and give to React and use the fetch method, the fetch method will be responsible to send the request to this URL. From there, whichever the array will come, JSON, it will be captured by then function. Then function will convert into .json as an array object. And then below state will just capture and print inside the page. Hope you understood the flow. So as of now, this is the one side. Go ahead. Create the another array, another file. Page 4.js. Page 4.js will be similar, but it will be as a multi-dimensional array. Page 4.js. 4.js similar, but as a multi-dimensional array. Correct? Now go here, user, let it be user only, but we have to change that. So remove this and first format the document. Right click and format the document. Okay. Put now name of the user, Ganesh. Age of the user, 30 years. Mobile of the user, paste, 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 and paste. Okay, done. Save now. Save the data, look into the browser again. Now check it is array or JSON. How to identify? In browser, how to identify data is array or JSON? See, let's go here. 4. Okay. See, name is mobile. Is it in double quote? Name property you have put in double quote? No. NAME. Is in double quote? Mobile is in double quote? No. compile this file and look into the browser. You will find name, age, and then mobile. All are in double quote. If it is a number, then without double quote, correct? Because value will not come in double quote directly. It's already value system will identify. Right. So now this is the not the which one? Array. It is the as a JSON. Not as array. But here what we give? We give as a array. This is as a array. But in the front end, it's not as a array. It's as a JSON. So hope coming. Hmm? Hmm? Yes, sir. This is the API. Yes, this becomes the API. Now you start the Node.js and compile this file and start your React and take this URL and give to the React. It becomes the API. But the problem is what as of now, for one page, there should be different port number. If you want to create one more page, then for that different port number. One more page is a different port number. Because as of now, you are writing through only Node. Express you have not integrated. Once you integrate the Express, then port number will be only one. And within this area, we will write multiple function. User list, product list, contact list. Port number remains same. Function name will get changed. Medical plan and doctor slash web service doctor slash what? Save doctor, list doctor, edit doctor. Okay, hope ready? Go ahead. Working? Now this data is going to the front end in which format? In the format of JSON. Right? Now this data in the next example, we need to read and convert into array, convert into table and then print. Okay. Hello. Hello. Yes. Calling from? You call on the wrong time. People timings are very wrong here. Okay, hope written. Let's go ahead. Create the next file. Page 5.js. Page 5.js. Copy the same thing. Paste in the next file. So look like Node is difficult or easy. Before destination, whoever lose the patience, they are non-patientious people. Okay, first case little problem, reach till destination. Once you go there, you will feel like, oh, there is a lot of benefit here. But people lose the patience on the way itself. They'll feel like React is difficult. Somewhere is difficult, but let's wait. No, once the time will come, you will feel it's too easy. Okay, hope ready. Go ahead. Page 4 is ready. Page 4, no, page 5. It was supposed to be page 5. So we'll go to the page 5. 5.js. In page 5.js, you will write here text/html. Text/html. Okay, done. Save now. Go ahead. Excel as HTML written. This is the array. Now don't convert into JSON at all. Go here and write here call response dot write. Response dot write. Table open and table is close. Okay. Oh, table is open, table is closed. Come inside. Now, what is the array name? Let's write here response dot write again. One tr you create and close the tr. Inside the tr, you will be following the th, that will be called full name. Close the th. One more th, that is called age. Close the th. And one more th called file number. Close the th. So tr is ready. Come down. Full name is while number, tr is closed. Below now we are going to run the map function. Okay, now what we'll do? What is the array name? User. User dot map. User dot map. You will write here user info comma index 2. Return, not return. Response dot write. What to write? Starting of the tr. Response dot write. End of the tr. Correct. Now in between what you can write? TD. How many TD? 3 TD. So for that, response dot write TD is open. Open. TD is close. Go here, right inside info dot name. Which name? This name. So from user where it will go? Info variable. So name is mobile. All three you can write. Name is mobile. Name is save now. Run this file. Save now. Run this file. And after that, compile it and check once. Hope able to run. CMD. Hive.js. It will display the data in the form of table. Sequence. Let me know working or not. Okay. Yes, cool. Working for hope for everyone. Now you saw what is the power of which one? Node. Our next step is you have to set up a React project. Okay, you need to set up a React project and then get ready for the next class because okay, but someone is from the Angular. See, one person is from Angular also. Yes, okay. So no problem. What we'll do is React project you set up. The people who are from Angular, they will set up the Angular project. The people who have learned the React, they will set up the React project. The people who have learned Angular, they will set up the Angular project. Okay. I will guide you after writing the API in Node. You can send the same API to the JavaScript also, And you can send the same API to where? Angular also and React. Everywhere we can give the same API. So after implementing of Express, now with the node we have to implement the Express. Once we implement the Express, then we don't have to create the file like this. One example in one file, one example in another file. In one file only we can create the multiple examples. Okay, in one file only we can create the multiple examples. And after that, for every example, there will be one function. Okay, for every example, there will be one function. One function will give you one data, another function will give you another. Like suppose it is a user list. User list will give you the user list data. Product list will give you the product list data. Customer list will give you the customer, but all will be in one file only. It will be just like a function. Okay. So, but that will be our tomorrow work. Tomorrow we will log in same somewhere 4 o'clock. And then before that, as I guided you, you set up your Angular project, you set up your React project. The people who have gone through the Angular, they will set up the Angular new project. People who have gone through the React, they will set up the React project. Okay. And in React, suppose you create your own routing. You have understood how to create the routing, how to install the Bootstrap. Okay. So those things you get ready. Which one? Set up the project in Angular or React, whichever you have studied. After that, in that install the Bootstrap. In that, set up the routing, create the navigation. Okay, and after creating the navigation, create 1 or 2 pages where you set up the routing and make it functional. Okay, it should not be like once we join the class and start doing the setup, you will be lag. Okay, so you set up everything, and after that will join the class. Then tomorrow will not be through Angular and React. Tomorrow will be only Node and Express. Node and Express. We will create the file where in one file we'll write multiple function, and that file we will be using through the JavaScript. We'll have one index.html. There we will use the JavaScript, and through JavaScript we'll call the API using live server. Your web service will be, the API will be written into the node, and through JavaScript live server we will call it and will display inside the page. Okay, and then once we understand that flow, how the API creation happen and how to send to the front end, then same thing we can integrate with the Angular, and same thing we can integrate with the React. So a static page will create and will understand, then we'll communicate with the database. How to send the data to database and how to retrieve the data. See, as of now, this data is coming as a hardcode value. See, this data is coming as a what? Hardcode value, fixed value. This data will come from the database. At this place, we'll write the SQL query. SQL query will write here. Yes, SQL query will be responsible to bring the data from database in the form of array and store in a variable. And that variable convert into JSON and give to whom? Front end. So then there will be a step number 1, front end, step number 2, node, and step number 3, which one? Backend. Right? Okay, so hope you will join tomorrow. Let's see you tomorrow and attend it. It should be much meaningful for you. Okay.